Alright guys, I'm out here with my brother-in-law Jeremy and his beautiful wife Sherry, and they're going to give me a tour of their beautiful ship that I've been staying on. And yeah, we're going to go through a walkthrough of it. They're going to give us a little bit of the history of it, and I guess kind of the future plan. So stay tuned guys, this should be a good one.
Welcome to Nostalgia. She's a 1930 Mathis ship. She was made for General Atterbury, William Atterbury of the Pennsylvania Railroad. He made it as a passenger liner, basically just a recreational vehicle to take out with his friends and family. He initially named her Armenia after his wife, and then he owned her for a few years and sold her to his lawyer for the railroad. And about that time, it was like 1941, 42, and of course World War II was kicking off, and the Navy started looking at ships that they wanted to use steel hulls to commandeer for the war effort. So Nostalgia went to Agate and Goldcrest. She was a minesweeper for a week, and then became a patrol boat. She's an East Coast vessel. She was born there, used throughout the war on the East Coast to patrol the seas of the Atlantic. Completely steel hull.
Well, then she went to the Panama Canal.
Yep.
And was a like minesweeper / patrol boat there.
Right. And then at the end of the war, she was completely decommissioned and taken to a scrapyard in Chicago. The Navy was done with the boats, and Trabucco family bought her, and Trabucco family was Italian furniture makers. So they restored the ship to look similar to what you see today. And then over the course of the years, she changed hands a few times. She's been a service boat where bed and breakfast or a dock and dine type things. Up and down Mexico, been to Alaska a few times. The past two owners have had her for a combined like 50, 60 years, and then we took her over, and it's just a full restoration. She sat for about 12 years with no maintenance or limited maintenance and kind of fell into disrepair, and that's why we wanted to just bring her back to her glory and get her back on the seas where she belongs. And that's what we're doing now. We're working piece by piece, step by step, to get her back to being a beautiful vessel.
It's one of 3 ships built. So one of the ships was built for the president. The other one was built for Atterbury. And then the third one eventually got owned by Frank Sinatra. And so now the Prince of Dubai owns it.
Prince of Dubai, wow.
Yeah. So you can find it in GQ magazine. It's actually listed in there. It shows all the pictures.
It looks phenomenally better than our Nostalgia looks right now, but
maybe one day.
It's a work in progress.
Different pocketbooks.
Yeah.
And she is a work in progress for sure. So we'd like to take you on board.
All right guys, we're going to go aboard and we're going to check this out. So stay tuned.
So welcome to the Salon of the Nostalgia. The first thing we set up when we moved in was that bar.
Most important.
And stocked that because we were going to need it to drive those long days and nights. Like I said, this room has gone through being kind of the functional living room to dinners where these were full of tables, and then of course back to our living room. When we moved aboard, we just put the ceilings up. There was just plywood flooring, so we're just slowly working piece by piece to bring it back to its history. So of course our main living room. We'll move back to my favorite space on the boat, which is the aft little lounge seating area. So this is our party deck area. This is where we spend a lot of time. Get visitors coming in and seeing us, and we spend a lot of time sitting out here. You can see the decks. All the decks all the way around are being restored. They used to be mahogany, similar to this hatch right here, but water damage had gotten underneath the wood, and it would get wet and dry out and rot, and wet and dry out and rot over 10 years. And so we just had to replace it all and cut out the rot and put in new, and we're laying a new product down, and then we'll multi-step make it non-skid, and then we'll finish this back to a mahogany or a composite of some type to make it look historical again.
But then the rest of the decks will be just a steel gray looking.
Like a gunmetal gray to make it commemorate its history in the Navy during World War II. Go up top deck.
Steve. So this is one of my favorite areas. Got a hot tub up here. It actually was brand new, still had the stickers on when we got it. So it's kind of nice to be able to hang out here. During the summer, we make it cold, like a cold pool, so that way we can just hang on out here. Plans are up here, we're gonna get a canopy over the top. It's actually being made right now. And then eventually we'll have solar take up the whole spot. We just put down this flooring. It's kind of like a, I don't know, I think it's just cushioned plastic flooring. What else can I say about up here? We do have a, what is this thing called?
Crane?
A crane, yeah.
A boat tending crane.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So eventually we'll get that working, but the nice thing is that we'll be able to pull our boat or ski-doos up to the top deck, and we'll be to go and take it on out. This will become a dining area. Up here, we'll probably get a long table up here. And then eventually we'll actually enclose this with plastic. It's called macaron. It's like a thicker, similar to what the Jeeps have on the sides. Yep, but it's gonna be a lot thicker. So we'll have this all enclosed, so that way we can hang out up here and just have it like another living room. Right now, we're working on this decking. We attempted to try to fix it with roofing material, but it didn't quite work. Everything's a trial because we don't really know what we're doing.
You've never been a boat owner like this before?
Nope.
Is this the first boat that you've owned?
First boat I've owned. Well, that we've owned. So yeah, we figured might as well go big.
You jumped in head first on this one.
Yup. Yep. It's definitely a work in progress. So we're going to be rebuilding the stairs up here. And
Oh yeah, so there should be a flight of stairs right along here.
Yep. Flight of stairs there. We're gonna redo the smokestack and put our logo on there, the nostalgia logo. What else can I tell you about here?
Eventually getting that all completed, and you can see that we've got to completely restore the stairs. Every part of this boat has to be touched in some way, shape, or form, because a lot of things were taken off slowly, piece by piece, over 12 years of time before we took ownership. And so, not being boat people, we're learning daily of exactly what has to go back on.
Yeah.
And how to fix it.
Yeah, we'll try something and then we'll be like, nope, that did not work.
Yeah.
The challenge is that she's not really built like a boat for a lot of the stuff. She is built like a house. So our electrical systems are all house electrical systems. So to try to find somebody that is a house electrician that is willing to work on a boat is a challenge, let alone like somebody that's a boat electrician comes here and they're like, oh wait, this is built like a house. So they don't necessarily want to work on it all the time. So it's definitely different.
So this is another side of the boat. You can see the projects, so the handrails, the decking, the ceilings, plumbing, electrical, everything had to be basically opened up and looked at and redone and gone through. You see rot that we tried to put a patch on just to get it through the winter, and now it'll be a total tear off and redo. The nice thing about having a boat this size is that we don't have a boat galley or kitchen. We have a good sized kitchen, so we can have a full size refrigerator and a full size oven, normal cabinetry, so lots of storage. And then a dining table that fits plenty of folks.
Yep. So a lot of times when it is the weekend and stuff, most of our friends come over here and we play cards because we have quite an ample living space up here. Some of the cool pictures that we have here is we have collected memorabilia of the ship. So up here we have the muster roll of the crew of when they went to World War II. And this is kind of what it looked, well, this is what it looked like in World War II. We have a photo of an advertisement that was painted for when Hal Roach Studios owned it. So generally, you know, people when they sell a boat or what have you, right now everything's on the internet. Back then they would paint a photo and display it. So when it was sold to Hal Roach Studios, this is the advertisement that they used. So Hal Roach Studios owned it for 4 years, I believe.
Yes.
And then when Hal Roach died, his son took it over. Took over the business, and unfortunately he sunk it into the ground, and the studios lost the boat. And that's when the fourth owner was able to have it. So we don't know much about the fourth owner other than that he lived in Florida. So that is a picture that was originally, the original one was in here. Her name is Sarah Peister. She was a Danish girl. We don't know that she lived here on the boat, but she, the photo was on here. When William Short had the boat, he actually donated it to the Met Museum in New York, and so they have it now. So the Met Museum generously gave us a copy of it, and we hang it here. Let's see what else. This is a layout of what the boat looked like when they redid it.
As the valley.
Yeah, as the valley. So you'll see some areas that look different that we don't have anymore. So up here you'll see only one door, and that's the galley. But there should be another door right up here. That is the. What is this? Yeah, the bathrooms would be here.
The
and
door
then,
layouts were
yeah,
different.
it's very different.
And in this room we have 2 sets of stairs that
Yep.
would go out the bulkheads.
So
It
this
used
is
to
the
be
stairs.
here on each side.
Yeah.
So during World War II, when you look at that picture, this was actually the pilot house, and the stack that's on top, the smokestack, was actually in this room.
Yeah.
And in the engine room, you can see the bolt pattern that was drilled in to put that there.
Mm-hmm.
So we found those when we uncovered floors, that there's 2 steps going each side for those doorways. So this is the current captain's quarters. My wife lets me stay in here.
Yep.
So this went from what we could tell on some of the pictures is maybe a chart room, as well as there was a U-shaped dinette table in here from when it was doing the dinner cruises. And then the owner that we bought it from converted it back into his stateroom, and that's what we have today.
And we have a future bathroom that is up here.
This is Adele's room?
This is our room.
Oh, okay.
So that will become a full-size bathroom, walk-in shower. Jeremy, do you want to take them downstairs from here?
So then down this doorway and steps, watch your step here, there's no handrail.
I'm not gonna go, Jeremy.
That's fine, Dad.
I was down there once.
So this is the engine room and the crew compartment area. So there's a passageway right off of the outside deck, and then the captain's quarters. There's 3 bunk beds in here. We've converted this into our parts and storage for everything that we're doing to work on the boat, so we can kind of keep track of it. We uncovered boxes and boxes of different tools and fittings and things like that, so trying to keep it organized is a big deal, and trying to figure out where it goes.
Yeah.
This is the engine room. She's currently undergoing a complete rewire, so that's why everything's in chaos for wiring. But it's 2 Caterpillar diesel motors, 700 horsepower combined. So she'll move through the water slowly but steadily.
Yeah, it's amazing, and to see the old, like the structure of it's really neat.
Yeah. And there's that bolt pattern I was talking about in the gap or the dining hall.
So the kitchen is, or the dining hall's right there.
Yep.
Can I step on this?
Mm-hmm.
Shot from this side. You got the motors covered up here.
Yeah, I've got the motors covered just because we're still doing a lot of work, and you know, I've got like a metal side over here and then a woodworking side over here, so just to keep everything a little easier to clean up is critical, because it's a big space, but it's also a small space when you start working and moving around in it. And then we've got our 2 generator sets, so that while we're underway, we can be powering the rest of the electrical system, things like air conditioners and stuff like that.
Oh, we didn't mention it. What's the overall length of the ship?
She's 117 foot with a 21 foot beam, so at the center of the boat she's 21 foot wide.
She's got 10 staterooms, 11 bathrooms. Heads.
So this little suite was kind of built as a parent's suite. You got the parents on one side and the queen, our full-size bed with their own bathroom or shower and toilet area.
Be back through that door then.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the kids can be on the left-hand side, and they've also got their own shower and toilet area.
Bunks in here then.
Yeah,
Double bunks.
And a shower and toilet.
Yep. And then across the hall is another bunk room.
It's a triple bunk.
You guys got beds for days in here.
Yeah, we counted it up and we could put 34 people in a bed without having to put somebody on a couch.
Damn.
So,
Is this a freezer?
This is the freezer. So the compressor, once the compressor gets fired back up, this will be a great place to keep all of our stores. We currently use it obviously for totes to just move them out of the way until she's ready to go.
All right.
just do that for right now. This is going to become
The
Jeremy's.
man cave.
Yep.
So this will end up being, there's a hatch above us on the bow of the ship, and the beauty of that will be that I can lift that up, catch air, and then smoke cigars in my own space if it's raining outside.
Yep.
Sounds perfect.
Exactly. And I have my own really large shower bathroom.
Oh yeah.
With this cabinetry here, I'm going to take the top piece off and then put like just a little lounge mattress pillow type thing up here, and then I'll put a TV over there for game day. Refrigerator, maybe wet bar. The only thing I'll have to share this space with is our washer and dryer for the hookups, but then I can bar the door down and have no one bother me.
Oh yeah.
And we have a water maker.
Yep. So it'll take seawater and convert it into drinking water.
Desalination.
Desalination, yep. I think total, well, we know what, like tanks and holdings, I think it's about 1,000 gallons of
Yep.
fresh or drinking water that we can have on here, and 400 gallons of black water storage. So we'll be able to go out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna go to the top. We'll go to the bow. I'll turn these lights off.
How do you get to the boys' room?
Yeah, that's through the salon.
So the front here's working storage at the current moment, guys. And you've got steps up here to the top platform.
I know it's okay. It kind of keeps fresh air blowing in there.
This is a cool area right here.
Yeah, it's our daughter's space. So she has an area that she can hang out with her friends. chill with them and have our own little private area. We're redoing the stairway up here. It all needs to be replaced. And then this is the Helm.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, my wife and daughter came out and saw the boat before I did, and my daughter called dibs. I still think it was an unfair dibs, but I honored it.
Yep, so this is her area.
Is
Daddy
the
Door open too, Jeremy?
Yeah, that's me.
is the wheel original to the boat? Do you know?
I don't know if it's original. We have a smaller one down in the dining room
that we found.
that might have been up here as well. These cabinets are all new, I do know that, because up against the bulkhead forward there is old boxes and fuse panels, so this was added. So he might have gotten a new wheel. Can't tell the date on there anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of worn off. Then we have
Can you turn this,
our
Jeremy?
daughter's room here.
Yeah. And that's how you see it.
So she's got one of the best rooms. Actually, she's got the best room in the whole boat. She's got her little area up front, her own private ensuite bathroom that needs to be redone.
Oh, that's a big bathroom
Oh,
also,
it's
huh?
huge. It's actually in the smokestack. So if you look at the stack, this is what the shower is in the bathroom. If you look up, minus the spider webs, there's a skylight to offer some natural light. So our plans are to take out all the tile, knock down those two little small like
Stub
walls.
walls?
Yep. And we're gonna do a Japanese soaking tub in here.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
This part is how you would set the autopilot.
Oh, you can set that, okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly how it can work yet.
Oh.
Down now to
'Cause I thought
The other
that was
bedrooms?
yours.
I didn't realize she had an interior entrance.
Yeah.
Like this.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Autopilot.
Easy if you can find cameras. No, I don't.
Here you go.
So this is the lower hull. These are all guest quarters. We have matching rooms up here with double bunks. We just redid the ceilings. When we got here, there was actually mushrooms growing off of the ceilings. You can see some of the water damage. My husband's redoing all the decks, but when it rained, it actually like rained inside the boat. So we're redoing all that. Had to put all new ceilings, new flooring in here. We put some new wallpaper in here. Got some really cool little cabinets. This boat has tons of storage. This is a door that goes to my son's bathroom, and then this is his bedroom. And they're both matching rooms, so that room looks exactly like this.
And this is the bedroom I've been sleeping in.
Yeah. So we've just installed tin ceilings. We actually used a synthetic plastic for it because tin weighs too much and it will also rust. So instead we used plastic for it. They do a good job making it look original. So we're trying to get everything look as Art Deco and 1930s as possible. So when we pick things, we try to figure out what they would have maybe used back then.
All right, guys. So that is a beautiful boat. It was awesome to come down here. It's amazing to see what the project that they've taken on and the future plans they have for it. So, what are your guys' plans for the future with this boat?
Well, this summer, I think all our children are going to get ready to leave. Our youngest is graduating high school and going off to college, so then it's just us in this big boat. So I don't know. I know what my plans would be, but they might be a lot different than his. I love sharing our boat with people. To me, it makes me happy. So I'm sure we'll have lots of guests. Those rooms will never be empty if it was my way.
It's currently never empty.
Yeah. So host a lot of guests, getting things done, and then eventually we want to go take some of the same routes. So we'd like to go up to Alaska, down to Ensenada, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
through the canal one day.
Yeah.
Just kind of retrace the history that she took and chart. We've got several of the charts that she's taken and utilizing those to guide us along there, and really just get her back on the water and know that she's a fully happy vessel being back in the sea instead of just docked by the marina. 'Cause that's what she's got a good soul, and that's what she wants to do.
Yep.
And it'll make the ghosts happy.
Yes. So we have ghosts on the boat. We don't know how many, but I know, like, before we moved on it, I heard about it from other people in the marina, that they were pushed downstairs and what have you. Our son, when he first came on the very first night, I remember he was talking to a friend, and the door slammed open and then slammed shut. And as you can see, like, this boat does not move at all.
No.
So to have something open and shut like that, we were like, what the heck? So he actually ran up and he's like, I'm not sleeping down there. I thought maybe it was kind of silly at first, but he used to take our daughter to school all the time in the morning, and I would hear like noises downstairs, and I thought Lance was awake, and I'd be like, Lance, are you up? And I could hear like doors kind of opening and stuff, and nope, he was not awake. It was something downstairs. Bella just recently was in Barrett's room, and the same thing happened. Door opened and slammed shut, and then she was like, oh my gosh, and then it did it again.
Ooh, scary.
Yeah, so
It's not a mischievous ghost.
no,
And
not at all.
And they seem to be happy that we're working on the boat, so they don't mess with us. Right?
You're rebuilding their home.
That's right.
Exactly. So
All right, guys. It's been an honor to stay on this boat. We've still got a couple nights here, so maybe I'll get to meet the ghost, but I'm hoping not. So, yeah, guys, this is an amazing ship. It's an amazing project that they've taken on, and I'm really excited to see the end work of this and see this thing out on the open water. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out. I will link the Nostalgia Cali Instagram down below, so if you guys would like to follow along on the rebuild journey of this boat, that you can do that. But other than that, I guess stay tuned for what else California has to offer. I'll see you guys in a bit.